And up next here we got Jack Jenkins. He's taking on Don Shainis. This is a fun fight here. We got Jack Jenkins making his debut, but I think he's a fighter to watch, and he's a huge favorite here, taking Don Shainis, who's in his second UFC fight, but really you could argue this is his debut. He only lasted 30 seconds against Sadiq Youssef in a really tough short notice matchup against someone in the top 15. This is his chance to show what he's worth and stick around in the UFC, because another loss, I wouldn't be shocked if he's cut from the company. But Don Shainis, he's not a bad opponent to have here coming to Australia to take on the Australian Jack Jenkins. He is someone that has made his way on the regional scene. He got some decent wins on the regional scene. He beat fighters like Chris Lencioni, who's ranked up there in Bellator, and he has some skills. It's just, I think he's not the best athlete, which holds him back a little bit. And Jack Jenkins, he's someone that is just coming up in his career. I don't think he's as experienced as Don Shainis. I don't think he's fought the level of opposition that Don Shainis has fought. But I do believe that he's the guy that is that athlete. He's someone that's very explosive. He's someone that is much faster, more powerful than Shainis. And that's one of his major advantages in this fight. When you break down how this fight plays out, I think on the feet, Jack Jenkins has a pretty significant advantage. When you look at Don Shainis, I don't really feel like he has the greatest striking. He is tough. He'll, exchange hooks and try to mix in that check hook. His big overhand right is there. He'll throw some leg kicks, but kind of slow, plotty. And he's a grappler. He wants to get it to the ground, work his takedown game. Jack Jenkins, much more fluid on the feet. His style kind of reminds me a little bit of Jack Della Maddalena, who we're going to talk about later. I think it's kind of a poor man's version at this point. But he switches stances. He has real clean combinations, body head. He'll mix in the leg kicks. He'll really rip. He really stays in your face, and he can keep that pressure. I don't think he has that power that Jack Della Maddalena has, but he definitely has the aggressiveness, the volume. He can keep the pace, and he's durable as well. His defense isn't exactly as good as I would want it to be at this point. I definitely think he's a little bit of a hittable guy, but I do think that he has the chin right now to take it, and I think that his offense, being his defense at this point against the opposition that he's facing, most of the time he's going to be able to go out there and run guys over. And when you look at his grappling, that's where Don Shainis is going to have the advantage. Don Shainis is going to want to try to get it to the ground, get on top, hold him down. I don't necessarily think that Shainis is going to be looking to submit him, advance position, or do anything like that. I think if he gets him down, that's going to be where he wants to keep it. He's going to stick in that guard. He's going to go body head. He's going to mix in some elbows, try to get the ref to not stand it up, being just active enough and win on points. And Jenkins, he's going to have to avoid getting put on his back, because Shainis is good at controlling guys. And Jenkins is someone that I do question his wrestling a little bit. I mean, we haven't really seen him face very many wrestlers, guys that try to take him down. And I have seen him get put on his back, and he's one of these guys that's super explosive. He's hard to hold down. He can reverse you, get on top, or explode back up to his feet, create scrambles. And I think that his gas tank is on another level in comparison to Don Shainis, who I feel when he can't get his wrestling game going and he can't control you, he tends to gas out. So I feel like with those things being said, Jack Jenkins having a clear edge on their feet, being much more clean, throwing more volume, combinations, having better cardio, and I think Shainis' wrestling isn't that elite. I think Jenkins is going to probably have the takedown defense to defend the majority of the takedowns, and if he can do that, I think Shainis will start to wilt under the pressure a little bit, get tired, and I think Jenkins can eventually knock him out. So I'm going to go with Jack Jenkins here via second round KO TKO. The only thing here with Don Shainis is Shainis is experienced, and Jenkins can't go out here and just think he's going to knock Shainis out in the first minute and, get tired, or he can't end up on his back being crazy and slipping, or just totally disrespecting the guy and ending up on bottom, because he could end up stuck there for a whole round. But besides that, I think Jenkins has the edge. I think he's more athletic. He's younger. He is going to be coming in here with the momentum. Shainis is coming off a big loss, quick loss. You don't know where his head's at. He's fighting at home, and I feel like he has edges pretty much everywhere in the fight except for off of his back. So give me Jack Jenkins here via second round knockout.